Mic test, mic test.
Yep, I can hear you.
At 09er. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 12 Celsius. Dew point 06 Celsius. Altimeter 3001. Remarks. Density altitude 400. Iowa City Municipal Airport, Iowa City, Iowa. Automated weather observation 1346 Zulu. Wind 320 at 09er. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 12 Celsius. Dew point 06 Celsius. Altimeter 3001. Remarks. Density altitude 400. Iowa City Municipal Airport, Iowa City, Iowa.
Iowa City traffic, Skyhawk 1. I repeat. Iowa City traffic, Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa at the ramp taxiing to runway 30, Iowa City. So my plane, the simulator is 172.
Oh.
I keep saying the same thing. You wanna head towards the same practice area?
Sure. I don't know how it will be today, but on Saturday, we had to dodge a few geese on the runway, so or chase a few off. So just be very your eyes open for big birds on the runway.
You're close enough, right?
Yeah.
Passenger seats upright, seatbelts lock and check out door, and windows closed. Flight instructions. I knew this was so wrong. What? This?
Oh, 305.
Okay. Fuel quantity 25. Your full reach. Full selector off board. Waiter. Frame. Start to take off. Throttle 100.
Iowa City traffic, helicopter 324, Charlie Mike is 4 miles to the east, inbound for the ramp.
A bit of a engine instruments. So the oil temperature is not that in the green yet.
Yeah, it'll take a minute for it to warm up.
Okay. That's good, right?
Direct to.
Oh, direct to. Okay. The pilot off. Scope lights on. Forward. Right.
Iowa City area traffic, this is citation 105 Alpha Delta. Currently about 10 miles to the northwest, inbound full stop Iowa City.
In Iowa City traffic, helicopter 324, Charlie Mike is a mile east inbound for the ramp.
Iowa City Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa. Back taxiing to runway 30. Iowa City.
Iowa City traffic, citation 105 Alpha Delta, now 5 miles to the west, inbound, we do left traffic, runway 25, Iowa City.
That bigger plane, that's why it's using 25 instead of 30.
Yeah. That's probably why.
All set?
Alright, instead of taking off southwest departure, there should be in the they're over there. We'll extend her upwind until we can spot them. Oh, you make the call?
I can see him there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, make the call. Take off. Let them know you have them in sight.
Iowa City traffic, Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa. Taking off on runway 30, heading southwest. We have the citation on site. Iowa City.
We have you in sight as well, citation 105 Alpha Delta, we're left downwind runway 25 now.
Go on, just go. Don't burn up too much time here while they come in.
In Iowa City Unicom, can we get the fuel truck out here for some jet fuel to the helicopter?
Iowa City traffic, station 105 Alpha Delta, about 2 mile final runway 25, Iowa City.
Okay, well, I'm going to go over the approach on point 39.
We'll keep climbing to 25 for now.
Oh. Oh wait, you want to go southwest, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
Push traffic, sundown 601 4 miles southwest. Inbound for downwind, left downwind, runway 32.
Hopefully it works.
So we'll find out. And add just a little more power here, about 2300 to 2400. At this altitude will be pretty good in this plane. A little bit more. There you go. Use that trim.
Push traffic, sundown 601 Juliet, about 2 miles west.
739 Whiskey Fox, Macomb traffic, turning left downwind for...
Okay.
Alright. Some good points are up over here. We just gotta be careful. There's a couple towers near that town with the big silos. If we want to go south, we need to get across that river there to stay away from Kelowna. So either way.
West, inbound for downwind runway 32.
You want to go south?
I'm perfectly fine with whatever.
739
I don't know, which one did we do the last time? Did we go that way?
We went west.
Alright, let's go south this time.
So, right now we are looking for places where we can do our... So I was reading about the things you taught me the other day, and they say one of the trickiest thing is the setup.
Yep.
For the manual.
Yep. Just add a little bit of power here. Yeah, the majority of your maneuver and how your maneuver is going to turn out is based off your setup. So if you set up really well, it'll be a breeze. Honestly, that's what I took the longest time doing on most of my check rides. The ground reference, I only did one on my private. So it was just turns around a point, which wasn't too bad. But there's a couple of them in the commercial, and I'll say probably the majority of my time I spent actually setting up, but then doing the maneuver. It's like, I kind of like these 2 points, and the thing is you're a PIC, you can do what you want. So if you start to come into your 2 points, you're like, I don't know, I don't like this, or like, there's a road, it's like, well, this road isn't straight enough, or I don't like this place. You can always go try to find another one. Granted, yeah, you're taking a little bit of time, you're spending some money, but if it's gonna make the maneuver better for you, then it does. So I say the majority of it is the setup for the maneuver. In my opinion, it seems that way. There's a lot of times that's the hardest part. Is I like to give good references to use, but I also like to keep you like, okay, I think this is gonna work, and really watch you kind of set yourself up for the maneuver. So around here, if we want to do turns around a point, there's a couple of good areas around here. Just any of these 4-ways. There's some 3-ways that have like extensions off of them that you can use.
Like that one? No, that's too close now.
There's a 4-way right there in front of us.
739 Whiskey Fox. Chrome traffic, 739 Whiskey Fox, turning left downwind for runway 27.
So, and that's point you want to have like a 3-road thing?
3 or 4. If you look, there's quite a few along this road here. So you see there's a 4-way right there, there's another one, there's another one. So if we're wanting to do turns around a point, we can pick one of those 4-ways and find some marks. I actually kind of like this one right here. So if we want to use that one, it'd be a good idea to turn right to the west.
Which one?
Like just this one that's right under our nose right here. You probably won't be able to see it, but if you turn west, you'll see what I'm talking about. Is we'll go west for a while and then turn back around and then run it downwind.
Traffic 739 Whiskey Fox, turning left, base for runway 27.
Traffic, Sunrise 012 Juliet, entering left, entering Boston for runway 32, traffic.
Another thing, when you're extending this out and going this way, realize that it's going to take some time to go out.
Yeah.
Because we're in a headwind situation. The moment we turn around, we're in a tailwind, so that leg inbound's going to go by a lot faster. So we want to give ourselves enough time to set up for the maneuver. Here we can descend down to our altitude that we want. Let's see. Looks like things are right around the 650 mark or so, so we'll go down about 1,500 feet. 15 to 1,600 is about right around here.
And if you show me once and then the next time I can do it.
Sure.
Juliet, entering left space for runway 32.
Alright.
So you want to go there and come back here, right?
Yeah, so I'll show you what I was talking about with that point. So if you want my controls.
Okay. You
So
have
my
controls now.
Yeah, so turns around a point, we're clear left, we'll turn left while we're in the descent. We'll get down and settled as we're coming back in. So just roll in here. I'm kind of picking the nose up a little bit too much, so keep that descent in. Got about another 400 feet to go. So looking through the turn, looks like a nice big rock quarry over there of some sort. Nice big hole in the ground.
Yeah.
If you notice, as we were doing this, our ground speed went up, so we will actually have a bit to play with today.
Yeah.
So we got 100 feet to go. And a good distance to keep away is about halfway through some of these fields. I find we'll bring power back in. We'll try to be around 100, 105 knots. Favoring speed's 105 knots, but that's at max gross, so when we're a little bit light, the speed's just a little bit slower. Range is 95 to 105, so around 100, 105 is usually about right when there's two people and half fuel. Alright, so we're roughly at 1,600 feet. I'm kind of keeping myself, if you notice, we can already play with the angle of the wind.
Yeah, I can.
There's a nice four-way there, there's one there. Things come by pretty quick. We can either use that one or that one over there. What do you want to use?
He's on.
So a farther one? Alright, so I'm looking here, I'm trying to find visual waypoints that are equal sides of this. It looks like kind of where these grass lines are in this field here. Over there, there's a house, also where the field splits. On the other side, roughly that house, and then this house here we can kind of play with. So they all look roughly equal distance, so now I have 4 waypoints that I can work on. I also like to set heading bug for wind direction, and it's right around 300 is what it was on the ground 312, so we're not on the full downwind part, so it actually won't be quite as steep when we first enter here. So we're not on a perfect entry, but it'll be pretty close, and you'll see how it kind of works. Ready?
Okay.
Alright, so just holding altitude, speed's good, and altitude's good, and we're entering the maneuver, crossing over. So this is kind of the steeper part here. Realizing I actually kind of want to come out just past where this grass line splits. Looking at my point there. We're already in the transition from going to steep to shallow. So if you look, we're letting the wind, we're letting that wind kind of help blow us out a little bit. We're transitioning a little bit more. Looks like just on the outside of this house where that big tree is probably our next point along this roadway here. Almost into that perfect headwind situation, so really relax the bank here. It's only about 15 degrees yet, so not too steep.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe rolling out a little bit. Now we're roughly in that perfect headwind, so from here we're going to steepen it up. But I like to caution when I say that because it's all a very slight maneuver. We can always turn in more, we can't turn out. So if you just let it linger, that wind's actually going to carry us. So I kind of want to get to where that house is over there, halfway through the road. So wind comes up. We're about 15 degrees or so. Transitioning, come on. Maybe a little bit less, a little bit more. Doesn't look like we're going to cross that house, does it? The moment we get to transition to that tailwind is it's going to carry us right over it. We're about 20 degrees right now. There comes 25. Nope, still about 20 degrees. And that wind's blowing us right over this house now. So we're transitioning to that tailwind phase, so this is roughly where we have our steepest bank. But again, winds aren't terribly strong today, so the variance between your steep and shallow banks aren't too much. So still holding around 20 degrees. This is our steepest point. If you notice, it's only about 20, 25 degrees. Some other days you might have to bring it up to 30, maybe a touch more, but today, not too bad. Alright, there we go. We're just going to hold this in for a little bit longer. Starting to round it out a bit. Here's about 20 instead of the 22 or so that we had. Wind's helping us come out to our next point here. About right coming on around, transitioning that headwind, so bank slowly comes out. We're trying to get out to that other side of that house, or the big plot of land where all the farm and whatnot is. That's kind of making sense?
Yeah, that one is your reference point, so this
one? Kind of this big one here, like that peach colored house. Just on the outside, like where that little pond is.
Yeah.
If that's traffic at Tella, you're breaking up and I can't where you're at. I'm on 4 mile final now for 3-4.
That one I actually could have brought out a little bit further too. So we'll just hang on to this. Slowly let it roll in. A little bit more. A little bit more. If the wind bumps you and stuff, like get those small bumps, you can kind of use them. Yeah, wind's pushing us in.
For the RNAV 31, Marshalltown, at 2,500 feet.
And the steeper you go, you're going to have to use a little bit of back pressure. Keep the nose up.
So here you're getting a tailwind, so it's going to be
a steeper bank. But if you notice, there's really not much of a I mean, there is a difference, but it's not as drastic as it was the last time we flew.
Okay. Yeah, I can
Alright, your flight controls.
Okay, I have flight controls.
Air controls.
There's the wind coming from side.
Pella traffic 3348 runway pass final 4 Pella.
Don't have to bank too much because I'm getting the headwind.
Yep, so you can relax a little bit. A little bit less bank. You won't need as much back pressure when you release the bank too.
Headwind.
And see how we're getting kind of we're kind of not quite as much here, so add a little bit, add some bank here. Helps come around, we're coming on the outside of the point we wanted.
Yeah. There's outside. Right.
Chrome traffic 739 Whiskey Fox, turning left downwind for
Deeper. Thanks. come flush.
Yeah,
That's
so,
the bank.
yeah, let that wind really push you out on this point. It's really easy to cut in too sharp on this, and then that point where you're in the headwind, you really lose it.
That's good, right?
Just kind of leave it here. Don't go more. Bring it out about 5 degrees.
So now I can start steeping the bank, right?
Nope.
Not yet?
Not quite. Let it drag out just a little bit. Right now, just a little bit.
Money 252 November 2,600 over Bundy, about 10 miles.
A little bit more bank.
On the RNAV 31 approach.
Notice once that wing comes up, that wind will catch it and really drag you over. This one's a little outside too, but it kind of compensates for what we did on the last one. Let's keep that wing up, not quite as much, right around the 20 mark. The wind should kind of drag us right over that house. Might need a little bit more now, because you're at 15, so a little bit more bank, about 20. Alright, we got perfect crossing here. Don't let this bank stay in for too long.
So about 10?
Yeah, so right as you hit that steep bank, that's the steepest part, so it's the steep transitioning to the shallow. Don't let it linger at that point. Just kind of slowly let it out. Because if you notice, we're not as far away as we were when we were on the west side of it. Now you're kind of extended out a little bit too much because our angles, so we don't have as much of a turn to help us back around.
Yeah.
So this side's a little bit shallow. Next time around, just kind of continue here. Try to hit your mark with that house on that road. Next time around, just try to release the bank a little bit earlier past that steepest point.
Okay. This tailwind is coming up now,
Yep.
so I'm going to go steeper.
No. So this is the steepest part. So now we start to shallow it out. So release that bank, not quite as much here. Otherwise you're going to undercut that by a lot. If you already noticed we're too close to our point. When you're in the tailwind, it means you're at the steepest part. So, and then that means the rest of that part of the maneuver coming back into the headwind is shallowing out.
Oh, yeah.
Pop is 8.5 miles to the east. On landing 33. Knoxville traffic advised.
As you can see, now the wind's pushing you as you kind of overcompensated for yourself there. So, might come back in. You notice when you had that wing in there at 30 degrees, is it really cut off that side. So we went inside kind of the ring we're trying to make. Now, kind of keep this in because we're really wide. So, for this one, it looks like right about that big tree over the pond.
Knoxville traffic bearing 2367 Papa, 6 miles.
Alright, a little bit less bank, not quite as much.
600. We're just going to start a straight in for 33.
Quite as much. See how we're crossing this road? We're already about 20 degrees into the turn, so it's going to be really undercutting it. On each section of the road, we almost want to be perpendicular to the road too. Not 100%, but here we are, coming right over the house. A little bit more bank here, just a little bit more. Pull it right about here. Alright, there's that tailwind. That was the steepest part, so start shallowing it out. About 20.
20.
Yep. Right now about 15. About 10.
Iowa City traffic, Sirius 815 Delta Bravo, 7 miles to the west of the field will be in base for runway 30 Iowa City.
Hold it here about 10.
Knoxville traffic bearing 2367 Papa is on 3 mile final for runway 33, full stop.
Alright. There's our perfect headwind. So now that was the shallowest point, so you can start to kind of let it steepen up just a little bit, not too much, only about 10 to 15 degrees here. Watch that pitch.
Iowa City traffic, Mesh 64.
Slowly let it roll in.
Runway 30, Iowa
About 15 degrees here. Right now about 20.
Traffic bearing 2367 Papa on 2 mile final for 33. Sirius inbound Iowa City. Are you on frequency?
Affirmative, Sirius 815 Delta Bravo, 5 miles to the west.
Not quite as much, only about 20.
After that, we'll be entering the left base. So,
Alright, let's exit this maneuver. We can do some S-turns along the road.
Okay. You want to go along that road?
We can. That one kind of leads into town. Let's go west just a little bit more, and we'll find another straight road that doesn't take us right into Washington. Good. Yeah, so the maneuver is the steepest point and the shallowest point. Think of them as just the marks where you have the steepest bank and the shallowest bank. That means right when you're at the steepest point, the next thing you're supposed to be doing is starting to shallow out. So that next 180 degree turn is all getting shallow, 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 until you're in that headwind, which is your slowest point, so you have the least amount of bank. From that point is now the next 180 degrees of the maneuver is letting it become steep all the way through that point. And so that's the thing, is it's a very long maneuver throughout your turn. Is it's taken us about, I don't know, probably 40 seconds or so, 40 seconds to a minute to get through one whole turn. So throughout that time is you're only going from about 8 to 10 degrees of bank to 20, 25. So it's not right when we hit that point, drop it to 25 from the like 10 to 25, is you have all that time to change just that 10, 15 degrees of bank. So just let it be really relaxed. You don't want to overturn. Because the big thing is it's always easier to turn more if you need it, but you can't, in the maneuver, you can't turn, if you're doing a left-hand turn around a point, you can't turn right. So it's almost a little bit easier to err on the side of caution with how much bank you use, because if you need more, you can add it. But if you use too much, you can't bring it out.
If you use too much bank, you cannot bring it out?
Yeah, you can't. The only thing you can do is bring wings level. You can't go right, otherwise you pretty much kind of fail the maneuver. Because it's a continuous left-hand turn on that side. If you're doing a right turn, then it's a continuous right-hand turn. So if you cut it in too far, you can't really turn. If we're doing a left-hand turn, you can't really turn right to drag yourself back out. That makes sense? So we're just progressively changing the bank in or out depending on what we need, but we can only go to 0 in about 30, 35 degrees. Some people brought them up to 45. I don't know. That's a little too much, too close to the ground.
Alpha traffic 890 Victor, left downwind for 3.
Alright, so this road, this is not a road. This is not either. Oh, it looks like my plan of coming out west is breaking up a little bit. Turn right to the north. We'll snag one of these roads and come on down it. Also, just be careful of your pitch. If you're looking outside a lot, as it's actually probably going to help you, is the more you look outside, sometimes the easier it is. Your body has a natural sense of if you're going up or down. Also, don't just use your visual senses. You can use hearing, too. So, like right now, you can hear the RPM being picked up on the engine. So you hear how it went up. That's not because we had a power change. That's because our nose went down. Now you hear it slowing up, so we're kind of pitch up. And then you can verify that with the altitude and the vertical speed. So if you're hearing the RPM change, you'd be like, oh, well, I probably got pitch up, pitch down, depending on what it's doing.
Alpha traffic, here, Victor out.
You want to remain at 1,600?
Yeah.
So what kind of, you're looking for a good landmark, right?
We're going to do S-turn, so we're looking for a nice road. North-south road's going to be closer to the direct entry for the downwind. So, right about here, turn right, and we'll go straight east. I don't think this road extends that far, but another road will carry us down.
City traffic, system 736, Mike 500. Over the VOR, eastbound.
So it looks like this road right in front of us extends all the way. So, not necessarily, we'll use this road, so we want wings perfectly parallel to the road, or us being perpendicular to it as we cross. Right as we do, we'll start in that right-hand turn. This is going to be close to the steepest point, so we'll bring our bank in about 15 to 25.
So we're going to enter downwind into the thing, right?
So we're going to do this road right
Wait,
here.
can you take control?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, my control.
I'll observe.
Alright. So wings perfectly perpendicular to the road here, or parallel, I guess. Crossing the road, we'll turn in. And kind of find a way, a mark along here. Looks like this field line is kind of what I like right here. So right now was that steepest point. Now we're going to start shallowing it out. Not totally shallow. Letting it come back to the road. Holding this bank here, this is probably going to get us right back to the road, wings perpendicular. Gotten a lot of wind from that side, so we actually have to correct for it. It's going to be a little steep here. So we're about, what, 20 degrees? As the wings come right over the road. Wings level right into the next one, although this is, we're in that headwind, almost headwind situation, so not too much. Again, today the difference isn't all that great, so we're already at 15. I kind of like this line on the field here. So just bring it out. Still looking at a road, we can also look back and see definitely about how far we are. It looks about the same, almost about here. And now we're transitioning from that headwind to that tailwind, so as we do, we're going to let that bank just steepen up a little bit, and the wind's going to help blow us all the way down and onto the road there.
Iowa City.
A little bit too much nose up on my part, so I'm just going to let it come back down as I go on the bank here. And we're just rolling around.
Go ahead.
We should be on your ramp about 8. We've got one passenger. We're with you until early afternoon.
And wings are coming straight parallel with the road. Pick the wing up, right across the road, right into the right one. As that wind's pushing us a little bit, a wee bit too far. Actually, that's not bad. So now we're starting to let it shallow out, about 15 degrees here. A little bit less. We could probably just hold this and it'll carry us all the way over the road. Alright, on this one, do you want to take it? It's going to be shallow at first. I'll kind of call out bank levels that you can do.
I'll take control.
Yep, your flight controls. Coming over the road, perpendicular, pick those wings up. Wings level over the road. Right into the next one, although only about 5 degrees at first. Maybe 10, but leave it at 10. So try to keep your only one hand on the yoke at a time. A little bit less bank here. And now you can start transitioning a little bit steeper, let that nose come up. This time we're going to go left. We're going to go back north on the road.
Steeper?
Just a little bit, only about the 20 degree mark will get us there.
I go level with the road, right?
Yep. And level across the road. This time go left for me, please. Alright, left.
Go left.
One hand on the yoke. And then RPM dropping. So your pitch up. So just let it down a little bit. Not quite as steep here. Not getting out as far. And that, we're transitioning to the headwind already, so it is going to shallow out some. Right about 15 degrees will do it.
Okay, I'm gonna go parallel to the road.
Alright, then be real gentle on how you enter this one, because we are in that headwind.
Degrees. Is the wind still coming from the same direction, right?
Roughly, yeah.
traffic, 499, south, 2 miles, 4 Celebrate.
Alright. Let's get wings perpendicular over here. We'll stop it here because I got some cranes up with those silos. And we're almost at an hour here, so did you want to head back? It's about 9:40. Alright, so we'll go up to 2,500. We'll head back to Iowa City. But not bad on that last one. Just we're starting to get a little bit more pitch control proper, so you're only about plus or minus 100, so not terrible. And then just be a little bit, again, cautious with how much bank you use. It's really not too aggressive on the changes. And we'll climb up to 2,500 for the way back. I'll turn to the north too. Make sure you're full power for a climb. We'll just head back to the airport. So which way is the airport?
Southwest.
Huh? So remember which way we came out?
Southwest.
Oh, which way did we come out to the airport, from the airport?
Departure?
Yeah, which kind of practice area are we in?
We're in the southwest, right?
Yeah, so what's the opposite of that?
Northeast.
There you go, start flying northeast. So we can start thinking about visual stuff too. So there's a big town right here south of the road, or river. If you got charts, you can use it. Mine's really going to cheat for you.
I have the chart too.
Yeah, so let's pull that out. I'll take control here while you flip it open.
Left downwind for runway 3.
So if you look at that creek or river, I don't know what they actually call it. It is a river technically. What is a big town? There's kind of a big town.
There's
right
a big
there.
town right there, yeah.
Yeah, so what's the big town just south of the river, a little bit west?
The Riverside.
No, south of the North English River, or the English River.
We'll be entering a downwind 3-1, full stop for now.
Wellman?
Yeah, so that's probably Wellman there.
Oh, it's not very far. So if we keep getting You should see Kelowna somewhere there.
Yeah, right about there. You can see there's kind of a... What's kind of fun is you can't physically see the river, right?
Yeah.
But you can see the trees. There's like a long line of random trees that's really thick.
Yeah.
That's a good sign that there's water. And actually you can see, I think, part of it there, unless that's a weird field. So then you can see, okay, Kelowna's what compared to the river?
North of the river.
Yeah. So if you look at there, you can actually see water there. There's that big group of houses and trees. I'm assuming that's Kelowna.
Oh, right there?
Yeah, so we can kind of fly towards that and then get our bearings to the airport.
Alright.
Zulu. Wind 320 at 08. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 14 Celsius. Dew point 07 Celsius. Altimeter 3000. Remarks. Density altitude 600.
If we start looking north, we can kind of try to spot Riverside. I guess Riverside straight east. So if you want, you can kind of face yourself a little bit northeast-ish instead of going straight east. So you should be able to spot the airport. Not necessarily just the airport, but we can spot the town, then we'll spot the airport.
In traffic, Pilatus about 5 miles to the east, going to enter a right base for 32, clean. Got the traffic on final site.
Iowa City traffic. We've got 26 definitely crossing runway 1230 Iowa City.
Alright, so just with rough guesstimation, if we're looking at Kelowna here to Iowa City,
Area traffic,
you kind of use the compass rose as a cheating mark here.
Northwest.
So if it's like this, if you're in line over, it's what, about a 030 or so, roughly from Kelowna to Iowa City. I'm not 100% sure, but you can kind of see on the compass rose how that works. So if you just kind of imagine a line there, bring it up, slide it over to that compass rose, and it's about a 04, 030.
Okay.
So we'll turn left a little bit and kind of fly that. Granted, the wind's not going to do us any favors, but now that we get our nose pointed that way, you start looking up along the horizon. Can you see the really densely populated area of buildings?
Over there.
Yeah, way up in the distance.
On the right base for 32.
Yeah. Let's shoot for that.
So traffic, Pilatus 61 Papa, 12 miles south, inbound at RNAV 33. On the south.
Grinnell traffic, 121 Tango Charlie, downwind 31, Grinnell, full stop.
And Clinton traffic, Pilatus on final for 32.
So that lake of water right there, it's that one then?
Or
Right here.
yeah, over there. I mean, see, there's a big shiny roof in front of it too. That's the Riverside Casino. So just follow a line straight up from it. Should point us right at the airport in downtown Iowa City.
Grinnell traffic, 1 Tango Charlie, left base, the final, 31, full stop, Grinnell.
Iowa City traffic, Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa, 9 miles to the southwest. We'll be doing left traffic for 30 Iowa City.
Do you see the casino?
It's
it there, right?
Yeah, I can. There's like a copper looking roof. It's just really shiny top of a building. That's about it.
Oh, I cannot see it, so that's why
It's like north of that lake, just a little bit north of it. Just a touch. Big building. It's got a nice big sign to it. A big parking lot.
I'm trying to West Hills, Iowa.
A little town there, yeah. Hills.
Monticello traffic, Plus 861 Papa Papa, 5 miles final for runway 33, full stop, Monticello.
Bravo will be back taxiing runway 30 and departing to the west.
That's Hills?
Yeah.
Okay. I know where they are.
You see the airport?
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
We're gonna go down to traffic pattern.
City traffic, Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa, 5 miles to the southwest. We'll be entering left traffic for 30 Iowa City.
Iowa City traffic, Sirius 815 Delta Bravo is departing runway 30. We'll be heading west up to 6,500 Iowa City.
Alright, so how are we going to enter the pattern?
Downwind?
Yeah. Alright, so how are we entering the downwind?
I gotta go back there.
Yeah, just a little bit that way.
Monticello traffic, Plata 661 Papa Papa, short final full stop, 33, Monticello.
Iowa City traffic, Sirius 5 Delta Bravo is off of 30, 2 miles from the airport westbound, climbing 6,500, last call, Iowa City.
I see him.
Go again. Iowa City traffic, Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa, 2 miles to the southwest. We'll be entering left downwind for 30, should be no factor, Iowa City. Alright, just enter the downwind. He's already 200 feet above us, so. Good to go.
33.
So you said you like to go to the trailer park and then turn?
Yeah, well, just kind of keep it a little bit to this side. It gives you more time in the downwind, but yeah, the trailer park is kind of a nice downwind leg. this airport. Another way to think of it, sometimes I like to use halfway up the wing strut. So be careful, 'cause sometimes that's not always correct. So you can probably start your downwind here. Careful of altitude and speed. I actually bring that power back. We're a little bit fast here. Or a little bit fast. That power back. Less power. Less.
Oh, less. I thought you keep saying, I thought you said add, I was confused.
Let's pick that nose up a little bit too. That'll help us slow down. Nose up.
Put a flap.
Bring that power out to about 1600 RPM.
City traffic, Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa, turning left base on the Iowa City traffic. Iowa City traffic, Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa, turning final on 30, Iowa City.
That'd be 30.
30. Don't know why I say 30.
Yeah, it's a habit that everybody gets into at one point. Not quite as much power, bring it back out a little bit. Put it back to the right. Power all the way out. Goes up. Look down the runway. Holding off a little bit more. A little bit more. There you go. Flaps up.
Are we doing touch and go or are we going?
No, we're stopping.
Yeah, okay.
It's just kind of habit. And if you're doing a short field landing, you actually want to bring flaps up as soon as you can.
And what's the time?
9:57.
Iowa City traffic, Skyhawk 740 Sierra Papa, clear off all traffic. Clear off all runway, Iowa City traffic. Clear off all traffic, that doesn't make any sense. How much were the planes? Jet Air bought, right? The planes?
Yeah. Bought 6 total. And the rumor is, I believe their total cost was just under 500 grand. Which is why we got them. That's a steal.
Yeah, that is.
So a 172 brand new is right around 500 grand. Like fully loaded out. I think they're like 480 or something like that.
We park next to the blue loading plane.
Yeah, we'll park next to that. Some Mooney. Actually a survey plane. Just kind of bring yourself a little bit to the right of it when you do. Just make sure we don't strike our wing on the fuel truck.
Can I go behind him?
Yeah, so just kind of keep yourself close to the Mooney though. Our wings will clear the Mooney's wing, but we don't want to hit that, so I'll just keep an eye on it. I can probably go straight from here and we'll be good to go. One thing to be careful about when you're taxiing on the back side of planes here is just watch that wingtip on that fuel pump. We're well clear of it, but it's one to pay attention to. A little bit nose right. Alright, roll it straight.
They're good?
Yeah, we're good.